Greetings, everybody. It is the middle of May, and we welcome you to XAR on both Twitch and YouTube. May the 13th, 2025. I am JR. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here, and if you were looking for us to do American Truck Simulator tonight, well... yeah. I'll explain in a moment. We were gonna do American Truck Simulator on the premise that we're not going to have the entire XAR team with us tonight. However, as it turns out, everybody is here. So let me introduce them. First, we have Mr. Neff Canuck. Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, except for the last 20 or 30 minutes trying to set this up.
Yeah, this sort of thing is like, it's great when it works. When it doesn't, you want to tear out your hair.
Yeah. How is playoff hockey going?
One game tonight. They just tipped off. Wrong sport. They just dropped the puck, and it's about 2 minutes in. So far, so good for Winnipeg, but I'm holding my breath.
Yeah. No, tip-off would be my team, right? Over here.
Exactly. I mean, I have to give the Knicks credit. I expected them to be one and done, and they're going, and I'm like, wait a minute. Who is this team? What?
So, Game 5 will be when we stream tomorrow, and looking forward to that. We also have with us... the birthday girl. Happy birthday, dear Liz. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
How was your birthday?
It was a lot of fun. We stayed in a tiny house that was just plain adorable out in the countryside. It was a really good time.
That's wonderful. I'm happy you had such a wonderful time, and Neff got a broken sword. That's nice.
There's a message there. I'm not sure I like it, but okay, fine.
We also have Bree. Hello, Bree.
Hello.
Welcome. Glad you could join us after a rough last few days. I know that you're chilling now, yes?
Yes. My legs feel like falling off, so yes,
Oh, no.
I need that.
Running around all over the place?
Yes.
Yeah. So, hopefully, you're sitting down, nomming on something nice. And,
Yes.
Somebody else in the room is Karam. Hi, Karam.
Hello, everyone.
Karam gave us the idea of American Truck Simulator, so I apologize to you that it didn't go according to plan tonight.
Well, that's computer stuff for you. You can't always count on it.
Yeah.
We have Ace Attorney as well.
Yeah, we do, and we'll hopefully finish it tonight. So what happened is I was telling the people here before we went on the air that the American Truck Simulator, apparently, it was about a year since we last played it and we streamed it. That was May of last year. Somewhere around August or September of last year, the game went through a complete makeover, and several things changed, and I found out the hard way today on multiple occasions. First, when I tried to play the game and noticed some of the buttons didn't work, and then I went and like, oh, the game developers changed the controller assignments. So I had to change the controller assignments back to where they were, so that I could, signal left turn, right turn, activate the cruise control and everything. And then right before the stream, I'm trying to set it up, and American Truck Simulator and my streaming software just don't want to cooperate. When it loads in here, it causes the streaming software to crash. So, unfortunately... that will be something, if I want to try to stream this again, I'll have to... Yeah, it was called about a year ago. And I acquired the Arkansas and Missouri DLCs. And it's too bad I won't be able to show it for the time being until I can find out why this issue is happening. I tried to look up some answers online through some forums, and there have been talks about OBS, but you know, 5+ years worth of posts, and the game keeps updating every so often, and so what I found was pretty inconclusive. And they're gonna go to Illinois and Iowa next. Those are the next 2 states. So I believe theoretically in the game you could do the old Route 66. And not only that, something that Neff would like is that they're in the early stages of developing a road trip mode. So instead of driving a truck, you can drive a sports car or a pickup truck. How does that sound, Neff?
Well, if you're driving a pickup truck, be prepared to stop for fuel every so often. Yikes.
Well, same thing with a sports car, I would imagine, too.
Yeah, but trucks generally are built like bricks, and they tend to get a lot worse fuel economy.
Mm-hmm. Well, the fuel economy wasn't good here for us trying to launch this game, so hopefully we can bring American Truck Simulator out in the future. Definitely for Caldeth, when they release the Illinois DLC, I believe it's happening sometime later this year. They're working on Illinois and Iowa, I know that. And I believe they're also working on Louisiana too. So we could do Chicago to LA, we could do New Orleans to LA at some point. In fact, when that happens, that'll probably be something for Umi to join us in on, possibly even Alva. Well, as you can see, guys, LurkBait is still continuing. So if you would like to cast your line, please go ahead and redeem that in the Twitch chat like Neff is doing right now. Let's see what Neff is going to get. We have increased the odds only slightly to get the crochet doll. And Neff gets a VHS tape. Appropriately junk, right? Yeah.
Wow.
So, what is it? Now I have it turned off again, but I did, I was gonna leave it on for the truck simulator game, because I did attach a fanfare if somebody claims the crochet doll. But again, because we're doing this investigations, I'm gonna leave it off. But I will see in the chat if somebody hits it. Please go ahead and cast for the crochet doll, or see what other interesting Sarah and Umemi items you can call up. And again, apologies for the inconvenience for those who are looking to for us to do Ace Attorney tonight. I'm sorry, Truck Simulator. Let's see what Bree's caught, and then we'll go to the game here. Maybe we can finish Ace Attorney investigations. Bree had... Ooh, you meant me the pilot. There we go. What were you saying, Karam?
You know, usually the final stage is the longest, so it might be a pretty long investigation.
Oh, well, geez.
It'll be fun, though.
Oh, it's not helpful.
Oh,
right.
come on.
Your title's still on American Truck Simulator.
No, I changed it.
It's showing American Truck Simulator for me. Let me refresh it.
Okay. I updated it again, so.
Okay, it's showing it now.
Okay, yeah. I had updated the title, you know, on the initial plan, and then I changed it before we went on the air here. Okay, so let's see. Caldeth, you have more junk. Well, we're digging up a lot of junk in Lac du Nef tonight. How about that?
The junk spree.
Oof.
All right, so... Oh, that's right, we're out here. Let's see where we're doing here. If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost. Okay, so we left off here with the Amano dude on the left refusing to grant us permission to the where the actual crime scene took place in this investigation. So maybe a way to protect his son. So hold it. Hold it, hold it, hold it! Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten there's only one thing you should do at a time like this? And what is that? When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. Brian K. Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu. But I thought you were a thief, not a hero. The Yatagarasu is noble and is always a thief of justice. That's... of course. If we have enough information, I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Yes, with Kay's early model iPhone. Well, it really doesn't look like an iPhone, my goodness. Maybe more like a Nokia, right, Neff?
Yeah, brick phone.
Plus, if we factor in everyone's testimony, you can recreate exactly what happened when I drop off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang. Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest. Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprint among the police's reference documents? Yes, sir. We got it just in case we needed it for the kidnapping case. All right, I'll input the haunted house data then. What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene. Okay, what should I recreate first? You haven't figured it out yet? Maybe I have and maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work. Very well, I like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I had just come out into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. That's E for Edgeworth, not E for the E train over here. At that time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall. Yeah, what was the badger doing all the way down there? I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere. Do you know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette. In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette in for now. Okay, programming complete. There it is. Then I started walking towards the exit. And that's when you were struck from behind, right? Yes. A for assailant, I guess? But that's odd. The hallway is a dead end. Where did your assailant come from? There's only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here.
Oh.
Well, then the assailant was here, right?
Yeah, it'd have to be.
You have to be or she.
I think so, yeah.
Take that!
That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was in fact a costume kidnapper. We kind of also saw that a little bit through the cutscenes, too. Oh, so he used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I could think of no better hiding place than this. Hey, not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't use it to do anything criminal, Kay. There goes the badger. Nyeh. Well, Lance? What are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. He didn't set foot inside? Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yes, I'm sure it was him. Okay, inputting the new info now. Mr. Deacon with the Bad Badger, right? Since the Bad Badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it so the weapon is in its left hand. Now to verify the facts of this recreation. Begin investigation. Haunted house. Okay, let's save. All right. Well, Neff, what would you like to examine first?
Pull up Deacon's information for me, please.
Sure.
Because I think there's already a problem. I think.
This?
Yes. What's the problem?
He's right-handed.
He's right-handed.
Ping pong.
Yep, we also...
So we know that.
Uh-huh. We also pointed
So
that
let's
out
see what-
during the before. Yeah, what were you saying?
So I was just saying. Now let's see how this plays out when we examine, because I think this is going to be the piece of evidence we'll need later.
Okay.
But I think I jumped the gun a bit.
Okay,
Go
no
back
worries.
And let's take a look at. Can we look at the fake Edgeworth for a minute?
The fake Edgeworth?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, let's look at that for a minute.
It's a replica of myself. You were totally oblivious to what was behind you, huh? Yes, I suppose I am also to blame for what happened to me. It was incredibly dark, which was all the more reason I should have been more alert. I vowed to never be caught by surprise again. Called it. We saw that it was the proto-badger that hit Edgeworth, wasn't it? I believe so? Let's see. Liz, what would you like to examine?
Can we examine the mirror?
The mirror. The mirror is intact. When you take a look around, it almost feels more like a house of mirrors. Indeed, who has ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted house before? Well, at least we know this is the real crime scene thanks to these mirror shards. Okay. Hey, wait, these shards, there's something different about them. Oh? The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors on this wall. Fish fillet burger for Neff. And look, there's some sort of design on the back too. The pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors? Mirror fragments data updated. Different from the mirrors on the walls. Very thick and has a design on the back. What design could that be? Okay, let's see. Is Bree, if you're with us, what would you like us to investigate next?
What's on the ground to the left?
Over here?
Yeah.
Pieces of a set of armor in a pile here. Why do you think they almost always have sets of armor inside haunted houses? I suppose this sort of interior design is meant to bring out a sense of the abnormalcy. Why do all your explanations have to be so hard to understand, Mr. Edgeworth? And why do they have to be so hard to speak, too? Now try explaining it again, but this time so that even a thief like me can get it. That may prove to be a most difficult task. Alright, Karam?
Can you go farther to the left? Ooh. Well.
We have several badges. We have 3 badges. We have one over here lying on the ground. We have one over here walking. And we have one over here with the red instrument of doom.
View him first.
The one holding the red instrument of doom?
Yep.
Black stick.
You didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. Looks like a lightsaber. So tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea, but I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay, then where were you hit? I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ouch! Sounds painful! Why are you smirking like that when you say it? It's just your imagination. Sure. Now, let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon. Didn't we see the sword?
The broken
Yeah.
sword, yep.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something the culprit could have used to hit you with. Oh, do we have it in evidence?
The broken prop sword.
This one.
Take that!
I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. A prop sword. Are you talking about this thing here? Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes. It's possible that the culprit took it with them after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. Maybe worth a more thorough examination yet. Okay, so what test do you want to run on this sword? Test with luminol or dust for prints? Oh.
If they were wearing costume, the prince ain't gonna help us. Because there won't be none.
Luminol.
Right. You're
Trying
right.
to see if Edgy's splatter is on that thing.
The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so fingerprint analysis is useless. It's exactly what you said, word for word.
Yeah.
Let's run a luminol test. What were you saying?
I was saying, you see, that's the problem with my real life job. It bleeds in this game sometimes. Whoops.
It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Huh. Look, I have a choice. Sheena, call the lab boys. Understood. Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? Broken prop sword data updated in my organizer. Okay, I'll update the recreation with this new piece of info. Goodbye, Red Instrument of Doom, and hello...
Word.
Sword.
my swinging sword.
Hey now. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Oh, so we have to... Okay, so now we present the fact that Deacon or Deveray is right-handed. He's got the pistol in his right hand, and well, the Badger has the pistol in his right hand, and this guy's sword's in the left hand. So okay, so I am going to select this hand over thereabouts. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? And now we're gonna present the this guy.
Eureka!
According to this document, the victim was right-handed. Aha! I guess I could change. I should change which hand is holding the weapon then. Hold on, you two. You didn't think I was going to ignore something like that, did you? What are you talking about? Look, no interrupting when I'm about to have a little fun. Huh. Even if you change your recreation, you'll only be wasting your time. It's not possible for that thing to hold something in its right hand, you know. But Mr. Edgeworth's logic is... What's that thing called? The Bad Badger? Just take another good look at its right hand. Oh, I forgot the weapon isn't in its right hand because there's already a gun in it. Precisely. You knew that already? Yes, and I also know that the Badger was holding the weapon in his right hand. Huh? Are you aware of what's coming out of your mouth? You just contradicted yourself. I have evidence, of course, proof that the culprit held the sword in his right hand. Sounds interesting. All right then, show me this evidence. This piece proves that the culprit held the weapon in his right hand when he struck.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
What?
The
costume? The costume has the prop in the right hand. The prop gun in the right hand.
the missing prop.
This?
Missing something.
Oh no, the costume. The victim's costume. Yeah. Okay.
Take that!
I'd like to point you to this piece of evidence. Uh-oh.
No, that wasn't the evidence.
It wasn't the one.
It was the one with the whole the thing was gone. The weapon was gone.
The gun in the hand.
What the heck kind of proof is that supposed to be, Mr. Prosecutor? Can it be that you don't know your left from your right? Poppycock, excuse me? Perhaps that wasn't the evidence. No, I didn't save, so we gotta... What are you doing, Mr. Edgeworth? Get your head on straight. Look, think about when you're picking a lock. You hold the lockpick in your right hand. Okay, that's only if you're right-handed and interested in thievery. Agent Lang, accept my apologies. I will now show you what I had meant to show you all along. Hold on, let me save. Okay, well, if he said that... Hang on. I'm gonna look at the sword. Okay, so let me go back to that. Yeah, if he swung, then would the impact have been here instead of here? Oh
yeah,
no, would have.
Because if he swung, okay, you swing from your left, okay,
right.
And the blood splatter. Because remember, he was hit on the right temple, right? So where would that show up on the sword?
The other. Well, let's look at the sword again.
I don't think that swing makes sense from a left hand. It's got to be from a right hand. But then that means we need... Where's the costume with the gun missing from the hand? Do we have that?
We just presented that.
No,
oh,
okay, so that... Yeah,
oh, no, not this. Not this. You mean... No, we just have the head here.
Okay, so we don't have the one with...
What's on the last page?
The gun.
Oh, it's on the second page. You see where the hand is with the gun?
Oh, this one.
It was ripped from the Badger costume.
All right. So let me go to the... In that case, hurry up and show it to me already. This priest proves that the culprit held the weapon in his right hand when he struck. Missing model gun.
Take that!
I'd like to point you to this piece of evidence. Uh-oh.
Oh, so it is the sword.
No, I don't think so, because I'm imagining swinging from the right. The splatter would... Actually, no, maybe the splatter would be there.
I'll give it. I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'm confusing myself.
Take that!
The answer is the weapon itself. Ah.
Oh.
Except for a bit on the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. So I guess if he did swing in that direction.
Yeah.
But the replica Bad Badger isn't holding the sword in his right hand. Huh. I don't know what's going on anymore, neither do I. Giving up already? It's simple. If he can't hold the sword in his left or his right hand, then the one who struck me could not have been the Bad Badger. Ah.
Ah, okay.
Are you paying attention, Lance?
Is he sweating a storm?
Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect. Fine, it was me. I hit you. Oh my goodness. I didn't see that. It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance? Wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Ah, yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. But you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance, or should I say, the Proto-Badger. You got it. Here I go. The Proto-Badger with no gun. Now we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me. All right, all we have to do is examine this new recreation and... And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? That amusing little gadget. It sure packs a punch, right, Sheena? Yes, it was all I could do to hold my laughter in. Karam got a GT Lounge poster. Hey, don't make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf. He and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other. You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I sat quietly by, listening. But the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right? Well, when you put it that way, your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm going to let you in on this. There is a trick to this haunted house. And what may that be exactly? A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Sheena! Here you are. Now then, what you missed, girlie, is written right here in this pamphlet. The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House, the Disappearing Badger? What is this? I'd say that someone around here is fond of theatrics, and as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the Boo Badger you saw was just a stupid doll. How can this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window. But that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hid the doll somewhere, and then he laid down and pretended to be in it instead. If the criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, how could he hide a giant doll? Huh. Do you get it now? Thanks to your presumptions, your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. Yeah. Now get off your high horse. Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. You don't know when to quit, do you? I can't quit, not until I can declare that I found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. Well, see if I care. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. That looks really weird. Look at how it changes from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden. If the slumped over badger was just a doll, where was my attacker hiding? Well, that's what we're going to find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. I have a guess. Well, let's save first, and then I'm going to... Then you can tell me, you know, if there's any truth. Okay. So... we have... Blue Badger. Proto Badger. Proto Badger. No, it couldn't be this. Okay, I'm looking at this mirror saying... because we have mirror shards with a different complexion. So maybe... somebody walked through a mirror, but then it would have been this mirror? No.
One of those lights... well, actually, there's two of them. They're broken.
Broken lights? Okay.
Examine the seated blue badger.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Okay, let's check here. This blue badger is just a doll for use in this haunted house. I bet the one who killed this blue badger was the bad badger, right? And according to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy. All because one's an ally of justice and the other's a vile criminal with a gun. Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. Oh, wait, this belt is in reverse. This belt is in reverse. All right, so I'm gonna go through this again. Look how the diagonal belt, the belt goes from the upper left to lower right as we see it. Mm-hmm. And now look here.
Presento.
Yep. Let me save. Because we're in a little bit of a hole already. Alright. Deduce. Is this spot house some connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes, the
Badger book.
The Bible. Eureka! Hold on a second here. There is something wrong with this blue badger. Huh? Like what? The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? That can't be. Oh! So the one in the ad is different. So then why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? Huh. Well, the only thing I can think of, this is lighting up again. The only thing I can think of is, the blue badger in the pamphlet photo is in reverse to the regular blue badger. If you look at it through a mirror, it would be in reverse, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So go to the mirror. Or do I go to logic mode now?
I think you go to logic mode.
Blue badger in reverse. Mirror shards? Well, I guess we could try these two. I don't know. It'll be a full mirror. Oh, okay. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? but how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors? Oh, that would explain the reversed or mirror image. Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more, wag, than the reflected image of a real one. Then was the blue badger you saw just a reflection? When I looked down this hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror... Oh, then it would actually form an L shape, right? Precisely. I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black, and there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. So there was a corridor there. Wait, but why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose. One I can point out to you. This was the reason they built the mirror wall. Oh, jeez.
What?
Because of the attraction?
Oh, yeah.
So it could be disappearing.
Disappearing badger. In other words, if the badger
Oh,
moves out of the way of the window, or the mirror rather, it go poof.
right. There's a mirror there that rotates one way or the other, right? So if let's say if it bounced off the corner where that corridor turns, then I guess in that way you could see the reflection of the blue badger that way. But then if it turns the other way, you don't see him anymore. Right? So
Right.
So let me present this. As it's written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there. That was true at the time. However, doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Move the mirror wall, move the blue badger, dim the lamps. Move the mirror wall?
Yup.
Yeah.
To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. There it is. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then, beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created. Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror. And when they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. This explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them. Ah, and if the pattern is the same as the other walls in this hallway, then when the mirror is closed, it will blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit. How so? Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside of my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. Then it would be here?
Yup.
Take that!
There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror, then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the Blue Badger doll. Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror. Wait, hold on, I just thought of something. Yes? Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now in reality? Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, it most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. Leave the money and go now. That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information. Don't scare me like that. Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me. Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway? If you could first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room, you got it. Now this, I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although at the time I thought it was but a single straight hallway. and then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering. You heard what? Then... Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken. Okay, so then when you stepped outside into the hallway again, the mirror wall should no longer exist. Okay, please recreate that. Got it. Oh.
Ah.
Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where did he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? Huh, that's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything. No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head. Huh? Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. The inconsistency between what I saw and the recreation lies... Let me save. Where? Neff? Here again, maybe?
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure otherwise.
Liz, you have an idea? You think we here where the inconsistency is?
I think that's our best guess. For sure.
Let's see.
Take that!
Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall. Oh, there's no blue badger there. Exactly. The blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point in this long chain of logic, the last remaining contradiction. So let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right? And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? Oh, okay. So then, when that mirror... if this is after the mirror was broken, then that's probably the attacker sitting there instead of... No, that can't be, because the...
The dead body.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh.
thinking.
I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger. Oh. You think if it's the dead victim, then this has got to be it, right?
Yep.
Take that!
The badger I saw was, in actuality, the dead victim's body. Ah! What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final, decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. And you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon. No! Maybe it's due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken. Ah, you were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot? There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time, all for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in. Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Him. Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? Him. It was you, Lansamano. Oh! Simon Blackquill. I'm sorry. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He's escaped from jail. See, that's justified self-defense. My boy is only trying to protect himself. That remains to be seen. Will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you. As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. The only person you should be arresting is Lance. Dad,
Wow.
Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. Nah. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? And how could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? You wound me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know. You came to see me? What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Amano, about a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name that you use here for that case? Sheena. It's known as the KG-8 incident. Oh, that was one of our earlier cases in the game. The KG-8 incident? Oh, so you remember it. Good, then you'll recall that the trigger in that case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling? There's that word again. At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deveray. Ah, Father! Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Deveray, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Deveray was arrested in place of you. Which is why when we broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence on your little dirty secret. Now. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat. Hold it. Uh-oh. What the? Who the heck was that? I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. We seen this guy before?
Yep. We've seen his greaseball once before.
Who is he?
What's his name?
And who the heck are you? I'm Jacques Portsman, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Did we see him earlier in the game?
Yeah. Yeah, he was a suspect in one of the earlier cases.
Oh.
Gold medalist of some sort.
And now he's a prosecutor?
Yep.
Oh, Jacques, thank goodness you're here. Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off of my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I've got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, the whole lot of you. Guys, arrest the two suspects. Sir! Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal. Hey, is that any way to thank someone? And what the heck is that supposed to mean? You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow. It's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Romano in the smuggling ring, right? No, I would never do such a thing. What the heck, our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring. So Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Romano. That must be the real reason behind this antagonistic attitude. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Ha 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 ha. Well, don't worry, it's not only you, the whole lot of you can't be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years, every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by that kind of thinking, is it any wonder that courts produce nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts, why is this man so angry with us all? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. Up. So don't you forget it. Please wait. Uh-oh. Sheena. Agent Sheena. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Zhengfa. The House of Lang. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They are revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? A prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence and one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence's purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we better catch up. Yeah, we've still got to deliver that thing to the old man after all. Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed out ourselves. Yeah, are you going home, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, can you drop me off at my office? No problem, sir. Excuse me? Yes, what is it? Thank you very much. Oh, it's okay, no need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective. I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate, what's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it, I'm a failure. Ah, there she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Pops, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping. No, I have no idea. Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning he had no interest in the staged self-abduction. Wait, then why did he... I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops. Me? Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Deveray into cooperating. Father, as a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. Thank you very much. You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me. Ah, no, Lawrence, stop. I mean, this man's so much older than you.
Nerf.
Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to go, sir. Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief. What are you going on about now? Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts. That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. you haven't remembered in all this time, I guess I'm just going to have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know. What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, how do you know this girl? Huh. Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy. Gummy? Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember? That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that faithful day 7 years ago, when I first met the then child Kay and Detective Gumshoe. Oh, set up for the next chapter.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I'll save here. So, Neff, what do you think of this predicament?
This was bizarre, but then again, with this game, yeah, bizarre is part of the charm.
Mm-hmm. Now, you know, at first, at the end of this, I thought that, you know, Kay was a character we saw in this series. I can't recall, but then it goes into the whole timeline of stuff. So, Liz, did you have fun with this chapter?
Yeah, it was fun. It was confusing, but
yeah, full of smoke and mirrors, right?
yeah,
Broken ones too.
Yeah. Bree, did you have fun with this?
Of course. It was a little bit tough in some parts, but they were oddly specific.
Right. And Karen, how about you?
Oh yeah, as always, it's fun.
Yeah. All right.
I'm glad it did not take forever.
What'd you say?
I'm glad it didn't take forever. I guess it's the very last case that'll take forever.
Oh, have you played this before?
No, but I remember when we played the other one, that last one we did took us, what, 7 or 8 streams?
Well, that one was the the last one was long, but the DLC case was longer than that. So, all right. No, this was fun and very confusing at the end, but I think I sort of got what happened. 9:15. Let's see. I think what we're just gonna do is we're gonna close this game out, and we'll just spend the rest of our night fishing. So I'm just gonna blow this up over here, and I'm going to turn on the sound. I'm going to turn on the sound, and I'm also going to lift the cooldown, if I can figure out where that is. Just give me one moment. You still have the limits, but I'm going to lift the time between when you can cast. All right, Neff cast a line. I've turned the sound effects on. Let's see what happens here. You get a chicken nugget.
I just finished eating chicken nuggets.
Oh, there you go.
Chicken nugget, yum.
I'm still, let me figure this out real quick. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And that. Let's see here. Come on. Here we go. Go fishing. Okay. All right, so the cooldown is now disabled. So now you guys can cast to your heart's content, but we're still going to leave the limit. And let's see what we got. A mahi-mahi for Liz. Cool. So as we're fishing here, I want to say something that I mentioned in the Discord earlier today. I finally finished Valkyria Chronicles today.
Yay!
After grinding so hard. Now, have any of you played it at all?
Not I.
Nope.
Have you played it, Liz? I know it started as a PlayStation
No,
game.
I have not played it. I'm vaguely familiar with the name of the title, but I've never had a chance to play it.
Yeah. Oh, the ending mechanics were so just darn confusing. Trying to get the final boss was like a pain, but I'm finally happy. Like I said, I played this game when it first came out on PS3. So that was probably like 15 years ago or something like that. And I've gone through like 4 different restarts or something like that. So yeah, I'm so happy it finally ended. And sort of on a positive note too, although it was a little bit of a sad story. As we I was able to push forward, because there's been certain points that I haven't been able to beat the level, and I guess that's why I drifted away. And then as a result, you know, I was able to go back and grind a little more, and then some of these skirmishes in the game opened up. Skirmishes are like recreations of past battles that you can just play to build up your XP and your experience and stuff, and then level up your fighters. It is a cool story, and the ending was very touching. I almost cried, actually, when seeing it, just because of the fact that I've been spending like a third of my life trying to finish the game. So, Neff, have you gotten stuck like that in a game that you just didn't come back to it?
That would be Final Fantasy VII on the PC years ago, decades now actually, because basically between the driver issues and the gameplay mechanics, I basically threw up my hands and said, no, I don't have this. I don't have the thing for this anymore. I'm just putting it in a corner. And those discs, I don't know where they are right now, but it's like if I ever see them again, I'll just use them as skeet shoots.
Reminds me
I
of
sold mine.
Oh, you sold your game?
Yeah. I got mad at it like Neff, and I was young and I got frustrated easily, so I just sold it off to someone for $10.
That reminds me of Final Fantasy that we never finished on the stream because I've been stuck in the open wilderness. Something I have to get back to. Let me ask you, Liz. How about you? Have you found yourself in a similar circumstance?
Yeah, I'm actually reminded of a game. I just bought the sequel to it. It came out the sequel came out a couple years ago, but the first game is called Psychonauts.
Uh-huh.
And the very last level, most people didn't finish because it didn't get play tested until right before they released it. And it was so incredibly hard that most people just bailed on the game at that point. Which sucked because it was a really good game.
I think I recall seeing something like that on Steam. Psychonauts. So that's what you're referring to. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Bree?
If there's a game that I haven't finished, it probably is a Final Fantasy game. But I get caught in these loops where I want to collect everything. So I'm forever stuck in all of my games.
Well, that's one of the golden rules, right? Collect everything you can.
Yes.
Now, Karam, you have anything else besides Final Fantasy?
Yeah, another one, Final Fantasy X2.
That the one we were playing?
No, it's the one oh, I can't remember their names. There's X1 and X2.
Yeah, X2 is the one with the 3 girls.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a part in it, I got mad. It was the tower where you have to press 8, the triangle square, the dancing, and it pissed me off, and I never got past it, so I put it down.
Oh, man. Yeah, I
Same
mean...
with Fullmetal Alchemist.
There's a Fullmetal Alchemist game?
There's 2 of them for the PS2.
Oh, PS2! Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's how far behind I am with the PlayStation. But I went in circles for like 2.5 hours trying to find a save spot. And I had to look up a walkthrough. It made me so mad. I went in circles, and it was up a ladder on a train for the save spot.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to... Now I'm going to look through my entire Steam library to see if I recognize anything that I haven't finished. Remember Dragon Quest we never continued. What else do I have here? Something that I haven't finished. Karam is fishing while I look through my... I have so many things here on my Steam list, including some of these very, very old titles. Neff, does Jane's Fleet Command ring a bell?
That's quite old, I think.
Naval Warfare Strategy is actually one of my favorite games in the past. You get a long neck, CB long neck. Oh my goodness. Let's see here.
Go fish.
Hey, looking at Black Red Eye. Let's see. The Oregon Trail. Steins Gate Elite, we haven't... Oh my goodness, that's been a long time too.
Name subject to change.
That's right. Gosh, that's been quite a long time, but the story is so long.
Oh yeah.
If we do something like that, it's got to be like a marathon. Which is
that one that we played that was about the doll people and the trains, where we didn't get to make a decision
My Tetsu
for like 80 hours. Yeah.
That was like
no choices until the very end.
Yeah, that's right. It was just a story, and then you chose one of 3 paths, and that was it. That was a long time ago. 2021, I want to say.
Sounds about right.
My goodness. Oh, and then I have all these old school you don't know Jack titles that open up as like a tiny screen on your, 2560 16:9 laptop or desktop monitor. Those old ones that used to run 640 by 480.
Oof.
And you had, in order to play, you had 3 people in the room, and your buzzers with QBMP. So yes, we're gonna continue fishing here for a little while longer. Please. Oh, we got Season's Greetings poster for the first time. Cool.
Nice.
That hasn't shown up yet. Now there is a mode where we can make everything, all these special catches, a lot easier. So if in the coming days we still run into nobody picking up the crochet doll, then that is something we might potentially look into. But we want to give everybody more of a chance to try to make that goal. Let us see. So Caldeth is now casting. Come on, Caldeth.
Pull it.
Let's see.
Oh, are you tired?
Don't tread on me with those jokes.
Yeah, I got my tires rotated today.
Well, don't tires normally rotate? I mean, they're not rotating. You're not moving.
You know what I mean. Come on. No, yeah, I got my annual. It was time for the state inspection. So I got that done, and the oil change and the tire rotation. So now I'm good for the next few months.
Rattle, rattle.
Emperor Angelfish. Ooh, a rare one too. So Liz, while I have you here, I'm curious. Tell me a little bit more about this tiny accommodation that you and your significant other spent your birthday in.
Well, it was actually built out of an old grain silo that they modified into a tiny house.
Wow.
It had a big wraparound porch on it. It was nice. I wouldn't mind if I was single. I wouldn't mind living in something like that. Obviously, 2 people, it's a little bit different, but
yeah,
you have to get a bigger silo or 2 of them.
But no, I looked at the pictures you showed, and it was like, wow, kind of room for everything in there. Just exact, huh?
Yeah, they even had a washing and drying in there.
Really?
Yeah, this is one of those ones it's one unit that turns from a washer to a dryer, but yeah, they had that spin underneath the stairs that led up to the loft.
Oh, wow. So, Bree, that's kind of like the one we had in our hotel room.
Yep.
The one in Japan. And so, did you use that at all, Liz?
No, we didn't use it. They said we threw towels in there because it said if you use a towel, just toss it in the washer and they take care of it.
Oh, okay. Because I'd be interested to see how long those units take to do like the full wash and dry cycle. Because in Japan, I guess in the interest of fuel or the interest of efficiency or whatnot, how long did it take, Brie? Like 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that?
Yeah, it took like 4 hours, sometimes longer.
Oh, geez. So, no, that was cool. And you had all sorts of empty space around you too, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was plenty of room to walk to. There was a tiny little kitchen, a tiny little living room that merged together, kind of. I guess you'd call it an open concept for a tiny house.
Right, right. No, one of my Saratoga lodgings, a long time ago, sort of like an open concept idea, kind of like what you see in like a nice fancy hotel. It was an old factory turned into apartments, so it was kind of nice to be there. But it was a little bit far from the track, though. So
Nice.
So let me go over with you real quick because we'll probably have about I would say we'll give this 10 more minutes, and then we'll call it a night. We are going to do the podcast tomorrow, and that will be the Anime North 2025 preview edition. Nev, how are your preparations?
They're going, I think. No.
Yeah, so we'll learn more tomorrow when we speak to you. And then we'll stream something else afterwards. we're probably going to do a stream also Thursday. And next week, we'll have like one more week there before a potential hiatus, because I go up for the first of my 2 work trips, which will be the last week of May, first week or 2 of June. And if you remember from last year, that was the accommodation that has such the weak uploads. So it will preclude me from doing any streams unless by some miracle it could fix the upload in the whole apartment. But unfortunately, it's an internet that I don't have access to the box, and it's one of those Nest internets that covers the whole house. And it's Spectrum, which means that the upload speed was completely bazook. Yep.
Spectrum's famous for being terrible.
I love your technical language too, bazook.
Let's see. Next week there's a possibility that we may do Flight Simulator on Monday, because I know that Umi has been trying to join us for one of our streams. Umi just graduated from the school where she's been doing a specialist training, so congratulations to Umi. And I believe next week she is free on Monday. I know Liz would not be free, but that would be the best opportunity, I think, for me to bring Umi on board. And she wants to talk about setting the parking brake too, so.
Now, when you say Monday, what are you talking? Are you talking midday or talking
it would be evening.
Well, I'll be around.
Okay.
It's a holiday on it's a holiday on Monday up here.
Oh, that's right. What is it?
Victoria Day.
Victoria Day, okay.
Or as the locals know it, the 2-4 weekend. You grab a 2-4, head up to the cottage, and there you go.
Nice. No, we'll figure that one out and see what kind of trip we're going to do. And we also have some other things happening that week as well. Maybe we can get one more chapter in of Ace Attorney. I'm not sure. But we'll find some other things to try out before basically Memorial Day weekend for us. And that would be... We're collecting a lot of junk tonight, I notice.
We're just junkies.
Jeez. Hopefully we'll have other plans. I mean, if there is a possibility that I could stream while I'm away, I will let you know. And then, that's another reason why I got the new laptop. New laptop is working great so far. I just installed some word processing software so I can work on some other work-related things. And also the stuff that allows me to keep control of my keep track of my finances and budget and all that. You got an oyster, Bree. Cool. Oh, we have our leaderboard. Okay, Karam is leading with Neff in second and Bree in third. And we have Octopus from Call of the Broken Sword by Neff. Oh my goodness, the Broken Sword is in second, really? Black Red Eye, Barracuda, Black Red Eye, and the VHS tape. Let's see this. Lobster. right. Let's see, Liz. We're looking for 2 exclamations. Oh, a mug.
You've been mugged.
All right. So last call now to cast. If you haven't reached your limit, go ahead and do that final cast and let's see what happens.
Let's go.
Like, what is going on?
Wow. Wow. 2 gold, rude.
Yeah.
I demand a refund.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I wish. Like I said, if it comes down to it, we'll try to make it easier. We've been making it easier every stream, but nobody's still hitting it. All right, Caldeth.
Get it. Oh. Ew.
Oh, you got a poster. That's cool. Nice.
Dancing.
All right. So we'll be wrapping things up here once again. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, XAR podcast, and then we'll play something else after that. Probably a stream on Thursday, and then next week, of the streams that we're going to do, we're probably going to do on Monday night with Flight Sim. So we'll see how that goes, and if Umi's able to join us, especially. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and turn this off. So Go Fishing is turned off. Okay, everybody. So that will wrap things up. If you want to reach us, remember, these are the usual places. Linktree.com/anime radio for everything. Our Instagram account's at anime radio at XAR mascots. The podcast website is xarpodcast.net, and all of our other social media platforms are on the screen. And again, access through linktree.com/anime radio. Well, we're glad you'll be able to join us tonight as we ended up concluding Ace Attorney Investigations chapter, and we're sort of derailed by a truck in American Truck Simulator not working with us. Hopefully, if I can look more into that, then we'll definitely try to get some sort of stream together for next time or sometime in the future, especially when that new Illinois DLC comes out, and especially when we have that road trip mode whenever the developers come out with it. That, I think, will be something cool to try out. Just have a nice leisurely chill drive across the good old US of A. That will wrap things up then. We will see you tomorrow for the podcast. In the meantime, for Nefliz, Bree, and Karam, I'm JR. Thanks for watching us play Ace Attorney Investigations. Until the podcast tomorrow, remember,
keep looking out for the Extreme Radio Twitch streams, and don't forget, archive versions of our podcasts are available at xarpodcast.net. That's xarpodcast.net, or your favorite podcasting platform. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Hasta banana.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.